Hello and welcome to Stories, the True and the Fictional, the podcast that revolves around one central theme, stories and the people that tell them. We'll talk about movies, TV shows, video games, historical events and weird news headlines. There's really no topic we won't touch. But it doesn't stop there. If you've got a story, something funny or random that may have happened to you or a friend, send it to thetrueandthefictional@gmail.com. Until then, it's story time.
The King. Written by J.A. Bryden. Read by Chris Park. I met a store clerk from a distant time who once said, as he pointed, "There, a vast collection of tales." Near him, I look upon the box. Behind the pictures of yore and way, I found a tale of a man's journey through hark and great peril. As I read on the back, it mentioned naught of internet, or naught of DLC, or of online passes, but of a tale of passion and betrayal and days yet to survive. Stamped upon this lifeless disc as I blew the dusk away, still covered in its age, there the words appear. My name is Single Player, King of Games. Look upon my timeless tale and despair, for no matter how mighty your kill count, or what skins you have bought for your character and sold, those once mighty servers now sundered, wrought ruin, my tale is timeless, just like Squall and Renoa. Welcome everyone to these stories, the true and fictional. My name is Chris Park. I'm here with the legendary author and writer J.A. Bryden. How are you going, sir?
I'm going very well. I just didn't. I don't ever remember writing that intro, but I will take credit if that's what you want me to do.
Absolutely, because this thing that I bashed out in a couple of seconds and basically stole the entire verse from Omnimanus, the King of Kings poem.
Yeah.
But it harkens to a tale that you've long told me, Jamie, that all of my fancy MMOs and fancy tales of online gaming, when the internet goes down and you have naught but a powerful generator left in your home, you can still enjoy the tales you love, whilst those fools running around on their internets, those are not memories. They are gone. And the reason why it's important now to talk about these sorts of things is there's a few companies left still who are telling the tales of yore, yes, who are not chasing the proverbial hottest interest on TikTok and Twitter and all of the interesting, exciting fortnights. And this week we have been blessed with one of those great offerings, one of the last true great offerings, I think, of our era, God of War. And if you are listening to this podcast when it first comes out, I commend you from taking a break from playing God of War.
No, let's be honest. They're playing God of War. We're in the background as they do multitasking.
I tried that the other day and I actually couldn't. I normally like to watch a movie or television series whilst I play my games. It's background noise, but I actually had to turn it off because it was distracting me too much as I kept dying.
I can do it, but if it's a story-based game,
it becomes incredibly more difficult. And if it's a story-based game that's based on a single camera cut and it's like close and personal, makes it even more difficult.
Yeah, because I did it with Horizon Zero Dawn when I was running around collecting stuff and killing machines. Could do that easy, but then I started playing Uncharted. I was like, wait, what? Couldn't do it.
That makes a lot of sense because that game is very much you have to focus in.
Yeah.
And focus on the tale that is told.
Yeah. And then I tried playing the game without Drake. I tried.
Yep. And Nadine.
I tried, but God of War came out, and
and
it really wasn't that crazy crash hot.
It's like, oh,
yeah, it's like, oh well,
it's funny, isn't it?
Yeah.
There was one game that came out that the critical success, and then the writer and creator of the game went, now let's piss on that and make it shit. I am, of course, talking of Last of Us, and Last of Us 2.
Yeah.
And then there's another game company who made an amazing game, and then went, more of the same? Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Let us continue on with the tale. Having said that, I don't think. I think they probably had more freedom in Naughty Dog to destroy their characters.
Yeah.
Whilst if they said, we're gonna make Kratos weak and kill him off in the first chapter, Sony would probably go, and you're fired. Okay.
What if the God of War dies?
It's like going, yep, you are fired, and we're protecting our IP and our legendary character. Go away.
Yeah.
So, speaking of legendary characters and tales, we are, of course, sponsored by the legend herself, Rebecca Cassells. You can buy her books, the Rising Dawn series, now on Amazon, as well as the follow-up book series, which she jointly wrote with a male author to lend some more, I wouldn't say masculinity, but more male perspective on to her books. We are, of course, of Boundless fans, and we are looking forward to annoying her and questioning her about the implied incest in her books in the upcoming episodes, as well as her amazing introduction that she's been working on for several weeks now. Several long weeks. I believe she has a sonnet or a poem based upon Jamie, but again, I will let her surprise you as she recants her legendary tale.
Yeah, okay. This is probably the first she's hearing of it.
I'm sure this is the first she's hearing of it, unless you email her before you release the episode.
So, 2 days. 2 days.
Yes. You have 2 days to send her an email, or else I'm just running wild with ideas and just going to lead into it.
Okay. I apologize if you're listening, Rebecca Cassells. Just just lean into Henry Cavill or Cat Graham and you'll be fine.
You'll be fine. Don't worry. And also, actually, I'm going to put in a request right now. She's an incredible writer. I want to hear for her introduction episode a steamy tale of Cat Graham and Henry Cavill meeting on set, and I want to feel the sparks fly.
Okay.
In the shirts.
All right.
And the pants of Henry Cavill fly.
Wait, what pants? No. I will forward this on to her, and so we'll see what becomes of it.
If I can take the 30 minutes to before the episode to come up with something, I'm so sure she could absolutely best my feeble attempts at poetry.
Okay.
Speaking of feeble attempts, Jamie, what else have you been doing with your time apart from your perverse job? Before we go on, your job makes me sick. You are a pervert, and it is disgusting. It is filthy. It is your kind of job, Jamie, that is degrading society overall as a whole.
Is this because I sent you a photo of a crane building a crane?
That is disgusting. Like what kind of sick? Well, I mean, that's just perverse.
Touch it,
and you know what?
I just want you to know that there was no touching.
I don't. You know what? This is how we have unrealistic crane expectations. A crane is building a crane based upon what he thinks is hot, but what he thinks is sexy. But that's not real. That's not what all cranes. All cranes don't look like that. That's not what all cranes look like. That's unfair. That's cranesist against other cranes.
Did you know that what was happening is they were extending the crane, so they're making the crane bigger?
Oh, so he's getting surgery that we all can't afford. All the cranes are saying, "Oh, look at his massive tower. We can't all afford extensions like that. We're not all Henry Cavill."
Yes, I will say though, every day this week at the exact same time, fighter jets have been flying over.
Oh yeah, they're clearly Russians scoping out your crane industry.
So Russians have been flying to the RAF base, which is 5 minutes drive from where I work.
Mm-hmm.
Getting permission from the Australian government to.
Oh, there's no permission. They're just doing flyovers.
Oh, okay.
The Australian government will be like, stop it. The Russians will be like, no. And the Australian government will be like, okay.
Okay, then how come they've to answer this? They've flown the exact same trajectory, like kind of like a figure eight, right? But today, I just kind of waved at them, like big hand gestures, going, "Hey, come over here," because literally all work stops when this happens, right?
Yep.
Like you can see the guys up on the crane tower working away, and then they stop.
Yep.
And then they all turn and look in the same direction, and then 3 seconds later, out come the planes. But today, when I waved, they flew a little bit closer than they did the last 5 times.
Yes.
Do you think they were responding to my arm waving?
They were slightly turned on. Yes, I think that.
Because in my head, I was like waving like a nut job, and then they were like, "Oh yeah, Breaker One. We got some dickhead waving his hands over here. I'm gonna go get a closer look." And then they go, "Oh no, yeah, like I said, some ugly mofo. Moving on."
Oh no! You don't understand. From that distance, they saw a tantalizing wave, and they went, "Oh, hello."
Are you saying that I'm a manatee?
Exactly, you are a manatee, and they are starving like women crave sailors.
Did I mention I was only wearing a hard hat?
Exactly. And they went in, they had a little look, and they continued flying on. This is exactly what happened.
All right, yeah. That's better. That's better.
Makes more sense. Now, apart from your perverse job, what else? Apart from your perverse nature and your perverse job.
Yeah. Well, as I've said last 3 episodes, I'm continuing Big Bang Theory. I'm in the final season now.
Excellent.
But I actually ordered a comic book on a whim. I don't know if it's good or bad.
Oh, what's it called?
But it's called Arrowsmith.
Okay.
Have you heard of Arrowsmith?
I have not.
Okay. Now I want to tell you why I just bought this on a whim. Arrowsmith is World War One, but with dragons and magic.
Oh.
So I'm like, how have I not heard of this? How have you not heard of this?
That's interesting.
There's a comic book, like, so it's basically, I guess alternate universe, but it's basically our world, but we have magic and dragons and demons and trolls. But World War One, at least the first one's in World War One, and it does start with the assassination of Franz Ferdinand.
That is interesting.
So yeah, so I'm like, so stay tuned, because when it arrives, I'm going to be like, please be as good as his premise.
Like, see, that's such a good idea. They can only fail. That's my concern, is that it's such a good idea that they can only they can only go down from that point.
Yeah, it's like, it hasn't been turned into a movie or anything like that, but I reckon it sounds like it's one of those hidden gems that not many people know about, but when you find it, you just go, "Oh my gosh, where has this been?"
I hope for your sake it is.
Yeah, that's why I only bought one volume and not the entire series.
So look,
you know,
so you're a gambling man to some degree, but
no, well, I want to check it out. You know,
no, you're a gambling man, but you're not insane. You're not going to like. You don't put all your chips onto red and go, spin the wheel, son.
Yeah. No, that's not it.
I bet when you played Red Dead Redemption, you gambled responsibly and you held your cards close to your chest.
I was a true outlaw and I just went around robbing people.
Mm-hmm. Fair point.
That was in my, villainous,
villainous run.
Yeah, like where you go and just rob the train. Just do loops of robbing the train, and then your honor goes all the way down. And then you go, "No, I want to be good," which is what the story wants you to do.
Which I find I love those games where it's like the written story and thing, but you could be a complete asshole. Here's a cutscene of you telling about other people not to be complete assholes. It's like, There are 1,000 dead people in this world.
Well, that's the irony. It's like bang, 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 bang. You shouldn't kill people.
That's I know. But you know what? I love that because maybe he's aware he's the giant, like he's the biggest hypocrite in the universe.
Yeah. Yeah. I do love that game. But I digress. So yeah, I'm waiting for that comic to arrive. Big Bang Theory's been watching. I finished Uncharted 4, like I said, and was amazingly surprised that one of the daughters from Last Man Standing is the voice of Drake's daughter. And
That's surprising.
I was just like, I know that voice.
Evie, yes. What a great game. What an absolute ripper of a tale. Yeah, I'm glad they ended it though. I'm glad they sort of sent it away neat and like nice on a good chapter ending.
Yeah, but look, apart from that, like, I just that's about it. Other than God of War, I've played for about an hour and a half, 2 hours the other day. But that's it. I'll have more information on the weekend after.
I'm enjoying the game as well. I've only us adults with the jobs, we can only play for like periods of time.
Yeah.
But I have also enjoyed the God of War, and light spoiler, probably not really. I just love how much they've made like Odin into some sort like basically he's almost straight out of the Godfather mafia style in terms of the veiled threats, telling Kratos what a good-looking boy he had. I mean that's just if that's not threatening you, if that's not threatening someone, I mean that's a good classic mafia style threats. And I love a game that leads into what they are. It's like going, we're mafia, let's lean into it.
Yeah.
A controversial opinion. Not really controversial. Here's the thing. Do you find the main character in both let's just talk about broadly in God of War, just because we don't want spoils. But do you find it odd that Kratos has this epic, iconic, I am the God of War, boy, hello, boy, Atreus, and then his son sounds like he's straight out of Southern California, and there's basically not even slightly Norse of an accent. It's just basically like, what does a kid sound like? It sounds like this. Okay, good enough. Let's go. Look, I'm not saying the kid doesn't do a fantastic job of acting. I know. I think he's spectacular.
Yeah.
But I wonder if just obviously with child actors, you go with either the accent or the talent, and they just went, fuck it. We got to go with the one that could probably. Yeah. But it's still like, it's not very jarring, but it is somewhat just hilarious. Where everyone's doing these amazing voice work and acting, and then it's like going, "Hi, I'm Atreus." It's like going, what?
Yeah. No, I think it falls into the same thing with the Ninja Turtle voices. Like Michelangelo is clearly from California, and Raphael's from Boston or something. But it's like, didn't you kind of all grow up in the same city in the same place? You should have same accents.
Look, I get that, and look, again, this was not very minor. This is again, if I was to nitpick on the series, this would be the one one thing I would pull the thread going. Maybe he does an accent again. But maybe I should play the game in German or something, because I guarantee that German kid probably sounds right. I guarantee that sounds accurate. But again, I digress. Love the game. Apparently they're doing a series, and I'm going, oh, that can only go wrong.
Yeah,
I can't envision them not failing, and which is very sad to say.
Yeah. Well, you never know, because they probably just go, "Oh, this could be the one." You're like, no. I'm more scared about The Last of Us now, because that poster for the TV series on Binge and HBO, whatever, that poster looks phenomenal, and I go, don't screw it up. Yeah. And it's being done by the guy who did Chernobyl, which is like supposed to be phenomenal.
Oh, you see, again, it should be amazing, but it's not going to be.
Yeah.
Much like God of War should be good, but it's not going to be.
Yeah.
Now, one thing that they have to do, and this is a controversial, and people might get a little bit pissy about it, but they have to do it.
Yeah.
And I say this as a white myself, as a member of the Caucasian community. We like them khakis and polo shirts, don't we, lads? Huzzah!
Cul-de-sacs and IKEA.
Kratos has to be played by an African American man. And I'm sorry, there's a little white man that can voice the character. I'm just saying.
Would you be okay if Christopher Judge did it?
Hey, let me Google what he looks like now if he's in shape.
No,
to be shirtless.
They CGI it, and he's probably still ripped, man.
I don't know. Hang on, let me just Google that.
He's not MacGyver.
Judge 2023. Okay, so let's take a look. Oh no.
Does he look like MacGyver?
Oh no.
Now you're making me Google it.
No. 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 No.
Oh no. No.
No.
He will borrow Zachary Levi's.
You know who I think would play an amazing Kratos though. I've heard his name mentioned a few times before. I can't pronounce his name, and I don't want to get in trouble. So I'm not going to try to pronounce his name. All I'm going to say about let me just find a role that you'd all remember, that people remember him from.
The Rock.
No, he was the wizard in Shazam.
Oh.
And also, I believe he was the man who was Star-Lord. Who? Like the
that's my favorite meme. Whenever people call me James, I'm like,
who? That guy.
Yeah, I could see that.
That's the same actor.
But you also need someone with a deep voice.
That's a fairly deep voice there. Like you can't get any deeper than that.
I don't know. Idris Elba's pretty deep.
Idris Elba. Now that's actually a good. You know what? That's not a bad casting. Yes, you know what? I actually think Idris Elba. I mean, it depends on what story they're going to tell of the God of War, though, aren't they? Are they going to do the Greek? Are they going to try to just jump onto the Ragnarok thing and just basically just retell Ragnarok, which I hope they don't, or are they going to go back to say his Greek era of the Ghost of Sparta? Well,
I think what we would want is something that's not entirely connected to the games per se. Because all the games have all their stories. You don't want to just retell the stories from the games.
I think the best scenario. I mean, again, it's going to be it's very dependent on what comes out about it. Everyone knew that Halo was going to be shit. As soon as the studio that makes Halo came and said, "This is called the Silver Timeline, not connected to our games, movies, or franchises any way, shape, or form," and then they're going, okay.
It's Halo only by name.
They might have just said, "This is shit. We're not putting our names near it." I'm going, got it. Okay, cool.
Wait, so they did the Final Fantasy thing. Remember that animated Final Fantasy?
Oh yeah, exactly.
So they basically did that.
Yeah. So again, maybe we're too cynical. Maybe.
Oh no, we most definitely are. We're cynical.
Maybe they can find a very good white man to play the character. I just don't see it working.
What about
because even in the actual original games, the voice actor was also an African American originally as well. So he's always had that dark, deep voice.
What about Oscar Isaac?
No, because he's physique wise, yes, but he seems like more of a a soft word spoken actor, like
we're missing one actor.
a whispery.
We're missing one actor that I think would be perfect.
Name who?
Henry Cavill.
Oh well.
He's got the physique.
He's got the physique. Would he want to shave his head?
A bald cap.
Yeah,
But then we'd have CGI hair for Superman.
Oh my god, they would have CGI haired Superman, and then you're starting. But then all that time I see him, I just want to be like going, "Hey, Kratos, reload your guns, reload your arms, come on, come on, do it!" Like, I look again. Henry Cavill could do it, but again, also just the voice would be wrong, and I would like again, and Kratos is more the voice now than anything else in terms of like his character.
That's
and so
right.
like basically when they're doing the casting, they have to almost like go like all the actors coming read this guy. The guy walks in and goes, "Hello, is this the casting for Kratos?" It's like, oh, okay, now that's
now I got this image of all these people in a waiting room going, "Hello, what are you trying for? I am Kratos. No, I am Kratos."
No, oh my, okay, no. Imagine this. A room full of actors reading their scripts. All of a sudden one goes, "Boy," and then they all start going, just, boy.
So it's basically that scene from American Dad where Roger likes saying "maybe baby."
Yeah, maybe baby.
Maybe
Yeah,
baby.
yeah.
Maybe baby.
Boy.
Maybe baby.
Boy.
Maybe baby. And everyone's
Boy.
around the room.
Yep.
Maybe baby. Boy. And then one person walks past the room and they're going, "What's that?" They got a weird look on their face. Because
And another person that I actually think would do a very good job, but again, you would never get the man to shave his head. Jason Momoa. I don't think you'll ever get the man to shave the hair.
no.
You couldn't give it.
Actually, no, he would be an amazing.
He's got the
amazing.
He's got Jason Momoa has the physique
and
the stature.
Yeah, exactly.
The anger. He could definitely do the anger.
Yeah.
Again, the hair is the issue, though, isn't it? You're going, would you want to shave your head? He'd be like going, no.
Yeah.
It's a shame, isn't it? But because he, again, what about The Rock?
Yeah, well, I said that before, and you're like, no.
I know. I still say no, but he's also bald.
He hasn't got the voice.
No, he does not. Actually, you're right.
He hasn't got the deep,
He has here. He has his basically, and also if you cast The Rock, it's not going to be Kratos. It's going to be The Rock as
it's going to be Rock borrowing a name.
Exactly. It's not going to be Kratos. No. You're right. I think.
Yeah. We'll see what happens though.
We will see what happens. But again, we're still waiting. As we said before, I think it was the last episode of the week before. We're still waiting for a good video game adaptation.
Yeah.
And maybe this is it. And you know what? Maybe Last of Us will be that thing.
Oh, while I think of it, ever since you said, the Angelina Jolie Tomb Raider movies are like so good, I went back and watched one.
Yep.
And a half. I watched one, and I was like, oh, and the only reason I watched it to the end is because Daniel Craig's in it. I was just like, Daniel Craig's in it. Yeah. But it does not hold up. It is so bad.
You're a liar. Look, you sir.
Okay, it holds up as well as The Phantom with Billy Zane.
You mean the masterpiece that is The Phantom with Billy Zane?
No, the Phantom with Billy Zane, when it came out, oh my flipping goodness, was so amazing. But now,
to be fair, I have not seen The Phantom in a while. I'm just basing it based upon my memories of
exactly
Phantom,
and that's what you're basing off Tomb Raider on, because I can see that once upon a time, yes. And then I got about halfway through the second one, and the only reason I was watching it because Jared Butler's in it. And that's worse.
Interestingly enough, though, people have said that he would also make a great Kratos.
Yeah, actually, yes. I can see that.
And he's played a Spartan before with 300. And, I like how in that one they went, should you sound a little bit Greek? No, not at all. We Spartans are Scottish.
Yeah. just go with it. You know?
Just go with it.
It's like the old Three Musketeers movie. It's
all of them. Yeah, this is
pick an
whatever accent.
accent.
Yeah. What accent do you want to choose today? Why not we go with this one?
Yeah. We're all French.
No, but the best thing is, and my most favorite thing is the BBC Musketeers TV show. Amazing sword fights, amazing thing. The most British French people you'll ever see in your entire life.
Oh, that series is phenomenal.
I love that series so much, but I just laugh. It's like going, they don't even bother with like, should we do French accent? No, French are stupid. Let's we're British.
Yeah. Yeah. But which I don't know, like it had so much charm, but like no, I find it funny that they bring all these modern tropes into it. Like I didn't think about it the first time, like, you know, like, hey, let's go back to an era and bring all our 21st century ideas and throw it into that world.
I mean, at that point, you're basically making a fantasy, so it's also one of those things like going like, yeah. But very much enjoyed that series. Not sure what happened that do the main character. The D'Artagnan. I didn't think he was the strongest of all the Musketeers. I thought the other ones were better at everything. Like, talk about a tale of basically how to become a Musketeer. I'm gonna hang out with them until they give me until they make me one. And I'm going, I don't think that's how jobs work.
But man, like I will say about that show, the villains.
Oh no,
so fantastic. Peter Capaldi.
Yeah.
You know,
Peter Capaldi, everyone's favorite casting if they're going to do a Rick and Morty film. Come on.
Yeah.
Let's make it happen.
And who's the guy from I think he was from the second Shrek movie. I can't remember his name, but he's heaps creepy.
I find the Shrek movie offensive, so I don't watch it. I find it racist and very much very culturally offensive.
Right. Is it because ugly people can only be with ugly people and pretty
Correct.
people?
The movie, the theme at the end of that movie, I actually like when I was watching in the cinema. I was like, this is like an amazing movie. It doesn't matter what you look like because you're princess and he's an ogre, but they got common ground and they enjoy each other's company. And at the end, it's like going, no, she only liked him because she was also fat and ugly in the inside as well. Look, see, ogres for ogres. Keep the races, not mixed. This is it's like going.
Yeah.
But we all know the greatest movie of I guess you could call it the fairy tale genre is Tangled. I think we can all.
Oh no, hands down.
I think we can all agree that again, the fact that Frozen is well more loved over Tangled is a crime.
Yeah, look, Tangled was filled with Alan Menken. Frozen was not.
Correct.
And I do believe, and this will probably be controversial, and people will be like, whatever they say, but I don't freaking care. Tangled, they wrote his movie, and then they wrote songs to fit around it. We all know that Frozen was like, hey, here's a cool song. Let's write a movie about this song.
Look, and I've actually heard rumors that they had a movie, and then once they wrote the song, they actually went back and changed the movie to fit the song. And I was like going, that's insane.
You don't do that.
I know. And then they tried to basically recreate that with the second one, and they failed. I thought they did all right with Moana. I thought that was actually quite a good film as well.
You know why?
Why?
Who was in it?
Well, Nicole Scherzinger, obviously. I mean, Scherzinger.
No,
but also,
it's just funny that The Rock makes movie. Like even the Baywatch movie did good. Like it made its money back.
Yeah, because it had The Rock in it.
The
Rock makes money.
He sure does.
People want to go see The Rock. He has a core group of followers that will go see all of his movies.
Yeah. Ryan.
I wonder if he knows all of his movie-going fans by like name, and he sends out maybe he has an email list. So he sends all an email saying, "Hi, Rock fans, please come see my movie. I need you to go see it at these particular sessions."
Well, he used to, I don't know if it's still available, but he had this thing called the Rock Clock, and it was literally an alarm that would wake you up. The Rock would wake you up. He'd be like, "Hey guys, gotta get up today," and and it was like motivational.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was kind of cool, and like, you could set, I think you could set all your different, like what your goals are, this is what I want to do. And you'd be like, come on, man, you can do it, inspiration.
I want to set up one of those things as well, but I would actually set it up to what people really need, which is an arch enemy. So it would be an arch enemy alarm clock. And then basically every morning would start going off and go, oh, still sleeping, are you? I've been up for hours. Then basically, like, you program what you like, and then it'll basically tell you how terrible it is, and tell you how bad you're, and this alarm is going to do everything better than you. And then you'll be motivated even more, because because it's driving you, to greatness. Because every hero needs a villain. Everyone needs everyone needs an arch enemy. Everyone needs a rival. Maybe that's why, Jamie, you've never succeeded in love. You don't have a romantic rival.
No, well, I did hear today, like someone at work today. It's pretty funny. He was reading out all these memes and all that stuff, and he said, "Guys, you should go after the girls with boyfriends." Now, hear me out. Because you've got, like, if she's single, you're competing with 20 other guys.
Yep.
If she's got a boyfriend, you're competing with one.
Yeah, it's 1-on-1. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's single. It's 1 versus 30. She's taken it's 1-on-1.
Yeah.
Wow, Jamie.
No, I don't.
Wow. I mean, speaking of terrible things, Jamie.
Okay.
What do you call a sleeping bull?
I don't know.
A bulldozer.
Oh,
why do melons have weddings?
Because they can't elope or can't.
Yeah, there we go. How do you make a tissue dance?
Put a little boogie in it.
Ah, well done. Look at you, ahead of the game. Let's try an easier one so you can get this one. You should better get this one. What kind of jewelry do rabbits wear?
Oh no, I know this. Now you're
14 karat gold. What do lawyers wear to court?
Oh no, I know this one. Just give it to me.
Lawsuits.
Yeah.
Oh. What do you call an unpredictable camera?
What?
A loose cannon.
Come
on, Jamie.
What?
What do you have up your sleeve?
What do I have? All right,
what do you
okay.
have up your sleeve?
Okay.
Oh, sounds good.
Okay. Therapist says, I think you have a phobia of marriage. Do you know what the symptoms are? Me. Can't say I do.
Oh, shit. Well done. Damn, that's a good one. I did not think you had that in you.
Okay. A priest, a pastor, and a rabbit entered a clinic to donate blood. The nurse asked the rabbit, "What's your blood type?" Rabbit says, "I'm probably a typo."
Oh, wow. I like, well done. I think.
No. This is last one. Last one. What do you call two birds stuck together?
What?
Velcros. Da-da.
Well done. Those were some of the worst jokes I think I've ever heard.
Oh yeah, pretty much. I got some stories. If you want to hear some stories,
I do. I always want to hear some stories.
Well, this one, it's pretty cool, and we'll probably have a good discussion about it. But so Chris, if you ever won the lottery, would you tell your family, or would you keep it harsh?
Oh, probably.
Because this guy in a Chinese man won $30 million.
Mm-hmm.
And usually when they want to hide it from their family members, what people will do is they just, they accept the check, but they don't have a photo op. This guy had a photo op.
Mm-hmm.
but he dressed up in a very funny costume. It's like a yellow raindrop with blue eyes.
Why?
Because he wanted to get the photo and holding the check, but he didn't want to tell his family. I'll send you this photo just so you can.
That makes. Oh,
so it's like an ice cream cone, but all yellow, like ice cream cone shape, all yellow, with two blue eyes and a smiley face.
Yep. But would you do the same, Jamie?
No, I'd accept the check, but I'd keep it private because you know what's going to happen.
What?
Well, one, you get all these charities ringing you up, going, "Hey, donate to us," and then you get family that you haven't seen in 20 years knocking on your door, going, "Hey, buddy, I heard
That's
you
true,
won."
yeah.
Like, and you know, and while I would be generous, I just wouldn't want that constant people knocking on my door. And
Now, would you be generous or hilariously vindictive?
maybe a bit of both, because look, I'd be generous, but like I wouldn't go out and go, "Here's a boat, here's a car, I paid off your mortgage," or anything like that. I do things that was a little bit expensive, and they're wondering how I can afford that.
And you know what I would do? Let's say you came to me asking for. Let's say I won the lotto and I won like $100 million, and you came to me, Jamie, and you said, "Chris, I have an idea for an erotic tale." Yeah. About a hot woman named Holly, werewolves. It's called the Rising Dawn series. Let's make a film starring Henry Cavill
and
Kate Graham. Obviously. I mean, let's be honest. That's who the cast is. And you want for a lot of money, and I said, that's a lot of money. So what I would do is I would buy a beanbag cannon.
Yeah.
And I would then, I would give you different beanbags of different weights, and then each of them has a dollar figure amount on them. I say, you have to stand there whilst I fire this cannon at you, and for each one that hits you and you don't flinch, that's how much money you get based upon the beanbag itself. Would you stand there, Jamie, and let me fire beanbags at you?
What's the crotch situation?
Good call. Crotch is worth double of the bag's worth.
No,
actually, no. 4 times the bag's worth.
I'm not going to let you shoot me in the balls for money. I'm just not.
But again, but if there was a beanbag that said $5,000 on it and it's times 4, like
I will work a couple of months. I don't know.
I mean, look, okay, to be fair as well, I wouldn't put. It's not point blank range. We work out a respectable distance. Look,
it's about the crotch thing for me. Like, you can hit me anywhere you want.
Okay, how about this? You're naked. There's me and 20 people with paintball guns, and you must run back and forth across a field, picking up rocks that have dollar values on them, and then you have a bucket.
I do that.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Have you been hit with a paintball before?
No, but I've been hit with things that hurt. No, but like, you're not point blank range, are you?
Oh no. But again, when I did it at a Bucks party, they weren't point blank range either. They were probably 20 meters plus away from me, and we had to run back and forth across a field because we were the group's party. And people shot at us.
How much?
It was the most painful thing I've ever experienced, to the point when we had to make the run back across the field. It hurt so much. I had so many welts on me that I looked at one of the groomsmen and I ankle tapped him, and he fell on the ground. As soon as he hit the deck, all of the gunners pointed their guns at this dude and fired upon us on the ground, to the point where the owners of the people working there dived on his body to protect him from the amount of shots he was being fired about.
How much prep time am I allowed? Or is this tomorrow? You win the lotto tomorrow, and then it's the next day.
Oh no! Look, I'll give you the weekend.
You give me I need more prep time than that, because
okay. How much prep time do you need?
just to get back in shape. You know how fast I was as a kid. I just need to.
Oh, true. Okay, you know what? I'll give you 3 months of basically Rocky style training.
Okay.
Well, I'll even play like you got the power by Stan, or you got the touch, you got the power.
No, look. My training montage would basically be the Back to the Future soundtrack.
Really?
Yeah,
that's what you choose.
Yeah, just get me going. Don't need money, don't need train.
Come on, you got to choose a better training montage song than that. If you okay, seriously, honest question. The movie's called Jamie Bryden, Warrior of the Stars. You're sent into the you're so good at a video game that aliens come down to recruit you because the game was actually secretly it was all about commanding armies and basically much like South Park, that was how they would determine if you were good to help them win the alien war.
Okay.
But you needed to train. In this movie, what is a song over your montage?
Oh, jeez. Okay.
No license is off limits on this one.
Oh, I really like Take on Me, but that's more of a fun. Because I want to do something classic, but then what did I love growing up? Maybe Way Away by Yellowcard.
Ooh,
because
that'd be cool. Cool montage. Yep. Of you leading the alien resistance. Yeah, you know what? I think that's a solid montage song choice.
Yeah, I'll probably think of a better one tomorrow, but that's not how. That's not how this podcast works.
That's not how this podcast works. I'm a simple man in my montages, and I would lean in to the Lord and Savior known as Bon Jovi.
Yeah.
And It's My Life will be the montage song for me, obviously, clearly.
It's my life.
It's now or never. I ain't going to live forever.
Do you remember when William Shatner released an album and it was just him dramatically reading popular songs?
I did not, but I remember Rocket Man. He did that, yeah.
And he did Bohemian Rhapsody. It's hilarious. It's
amazing.
Like the music plays and he's like, "Mama, I killed a man. Put a gun against his head. Pulled a trigger, now he's dead." It's so funny.
That is incredible.
William Shatner. Now I've got one more story I want to tell you because this is a very heavily implied story.
Oh, go on.
Okay, so this comes from Scotland, right? And this is the headline: Cock Bridge sign nicked so many times that tamper-proof ones are being erected. So in the Scottish village of Cockbridge, yes, there is a town called Cockbridge, and people keep stealing the sign. And so now they have to basically concrete it in.
You know what? And I want to steal that one too. Even if I already had stolen one of the signs, the fact that the government was coming out to say you can't steal this one, I'd be like, can't I?
Wouldn't it be?
Can't I?
Wouldn't it be easy just to change the name of your town?
Or probably a lot cheaper, give every single family in that town a sign.
Come on, be honest. It wouldn't be the people that live there. It would. It would be tourists. Because here's the thing. 15 years ago, I went on a road trip up to Queensland.
Yep.
Me and my friend looked for the fun. We just randomly looked. We said we want to go to a place we haven't been before. We found a town called Mount Me.
Mount Me.
Mount Me. So it was basically Mount Me, but with 2 E's. So Mount Me. And we drove 3 hours out of our way to go to this little town called Mount Me. And we got a photo together in front of Mount Me State School.
Wow.
But all the people there were so nice and so friendly and didn't know that we came there because the town was called Mount Me.
Did you steal their sign?
No. Because it was one of those big, giant welcome to Mount Me signs.
Yeah. Did you steal?
No, because it wouldn't have fit in the car. If I had prep time, I probably would have. But look, it's the same thing. Like tourists are the ones that steal stuff. You know,
You know what? That's hurtful.
is it?
That's hurtful to tourists everywhere.
Well, then they're not allowed to steal signs.
Yes.
Okay.
How dare you be so hurtful? You sign-stealing mother... Speaking of things that are hurtful, let's go into our main topic. I don't know how that doesn't actually like hang together. I was hoping my mind would come up with something to make that work, but then nothing came to mind.
You mean your segues this evening aren't working very well?
No, because all I'm thinking about is God of War. That's kind of the problem right now. Segue.
From now on, when you want to segue,
Atreus.
just do the voice. You can say anything like ham sandwich.
Yeah. No. He wouldn't say that. He'd be like, pick it up,
hey,
boy.
Look, no
ham sandwich.
This have you? now I'm going segues in my head. I will save the second segue for in a second. But have you seen the video of God of War doing all the dad jokes?
Yes.
So it's a game running around. He's like, I don't trust stairs. They're always up to something. That was phenomenal. But my main point was, what's our topic? Well, Kratos fits the description of our topic.
Kratos fits the description perfectly. So does Henry Cavill. So does Jason Momoa. And you know what?
Hugh Jackman.
Let's Hugh Jackman, and also let's give him props back in the day, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and also underrated man, legendary of the legendary journeys, Kevin Sorbo.
Yes.
Let us talk about our topic, which is obviously
Dun-dun.
Shirtless men with great physiques.
That's our soundbite.
It is important because you know what? It takes a lot of work to star in these films. A lot of diet and exercise, and a lot of effort that you or I can't put into our body because
we could, but
I don't look. Honestly, I don't think so. We can't all look like Brad Pitt from Fight Club. We can't. We're not all that. This is that's just not the shape of that. But but the reason why this was the topic is I want to talk about one of our favorite TV shows growing up. We all love it. Hercules, the legendary journey. Hercules started off with several amazing films. Hercules and the Amazon Women, Hercules and Lost Kingdom, Hercules and the Circle of Fire, Hercules in the Underworld, Hercules and the Maze and the Minotaur, and then that spun off into 111 episodes of absolute perfection known as Hercules, the legendary journey, which then gave us the spin-off Xena, Warrior Princess.
Yes.
With a costume design so iconic that years later, when they had to redesign Wonder Woman, they went, fuck it, let's just do Xena. Yeah, we're doing Xena? Yep, everyone went, got it. No questions? Yep. Well, Gal Gadot in Xena outfit? Yes.
Apparently back in the day, and this comes straight from Kevin Sorbo, when Xena came out, they all basically called it the lesbian with swords show or something.
I love implied themes, but yes, that show was chock block full of them.
Yeah.
But that show, that series, like all things that like all things Sam Raimi does, it has all of our favorite actors in it. Bruce Campbell as the I think it was a thief. I think he played a thief in Xena. One of my favorite characters. Excellent character.
And fun fact before we go too far, the majority of people that worked on Hercules went straight on to Lord of the Rings.
That is hilarious.
Because it's filmed in New Zealand.
Yes. So basically they're all the same people.
Yeah.
When you think about that, that's insane.
Yeah. But at the same time, not really, because it's, New Zealand. We're here. But imagine that you're doing this quirky little funny show that that was pretty A-list at the time. I mean, it was one of the most rated shows at the time, wasn't it? Hercules.
It was. I mean, back then you actually needed people to watch a show to get more seasons.
Yeah.
Like they had 6 seasons of the damn thing.
Yeah.
But that gave us New Zealand, didn't it?
Yeah.
These beautiful shots that you can't see basically anywhere else, and you know. But yeah, so sorry. That gave us 6 seasons and 5 films.
There was movies as well, was it?
Yeah, so they actually started off with 5 pilots, like full-length feature movies with Hercules.
Yeah.
And there was just some real. And look, it was cheesy, it was corny, but it was it was spectacular. I still today remember one of my favorite episodes, which is really stupid, and it shouldn't be. And you know what? I shouldn't love this episode more than I do.
Mm-hmm.
The episode was all the characters of Hercules were basically writers for the show Hercules.
Yeah.
And Hercules disappeared. The actor Kevin Sorbo disappeared, and they were trying to then write episodes of Hercules without Kevin Sorbo. It was a clip show. It was a clip episode.
Yeah.
What it was that like all these people were. Then it turns out it actually was Ares and some of the gods playing with these people trying to and they're going to get them to kill each other and things. And then Hercules shows up. Kevin Sorbo shows up, and then it's revealed that yes, he's Kevin Sorbo, but in actual reality, he actually is Hercules because they talk about like a disaster happened somewhere in the world, and then some man mysteriously came up and saved the day, and no one knows who he was. And I was like going, that's awesome. I shouldn't love that as much as I do, but god damn it, damn it, cheese, just the right amount of joy and cheese.
Now, fun fact: do you know why Kevin Sorbo disappeared for a while?
Why?
He legitimately, I think he had a stroke or something. He had some really bad thing that happened, and he could basically only be on set for 2 hours at a time because it was
that does
painful.
explain some of the episodes then.
yeah. Like I think like I said, like the whole season where he's just like hardly in it at all.
Yeah, they trap him in like this phantom zone basically.
Yeah. Because
it's
like physically impossible for him to be there, but he got through it, and
I remember having tons, and I mean tons. I had the Hercules action figures back in the day.
Oh yeah, and I
like I had the one where he had the bow arm and he could shoot the bow and
for the audio listeners, I got a centaur, the centaur from Hercules. Yeah, I think
those were some legendary action figures. And I had one like the Hercules that could punch. Like there was so many cool ones.
And
then he went on to make a Kevin Sorbo, continuing on the men with shirtless men with great physiques. He then went on to make a fantastic film that I thought was completely underrated.
Which was?
You know which film I'm talking about, don't you?
No. I probably do, but
it was one for the whole family, and it was during the height of his Hercules fame. It was Cole the Conqueror.
Oh yes! Oh my gosh, how did I forget that?
And because essentially it's set in the actual Robert E. Howard's sort of like Conan universe.
Yeah,
based upon another barbarian sort of ruler. It apparently did so poorly at the box office, but again, I still have such fun memories of it. Even though if I probably watch it now, I probably would go, ugh. But damn it, I remember that film quite well, and I enjoyed it. And I'm pretty sure I convinced my parents to let me go see it or take me to the film.
Yeah,
I think they regretted that decision later on.
Like, what is this? Yeah, no, but there's a lot of movies that you remember and you remember fondly, and then you're like, why did I watch that?
That is true. That is true. Now, speaking of, we can't talk about shirtless men with great physiques without talking about the original shirtless men with great physique, Arnold Schwarzenegger in the original Conan films. Now, it's really funny that Conan's such a long-serving book series and comics,
Yeah.
but every time thinks of Conan, everyone just thinks of obviously Arnold Schwarzenegger. But do you remember those original Conan films?
I remember the first one. That's about it.
Yeah. I can't remember. Was it because the first one he didn't speak a lot, but I don't know if that's because the actor at the time he still wasn't the greatest at English. I can't remember if that was like
that's correct. There's a lot of like a lot. But yeah, unlike I actually wonder if he learned to speak English the same way Jackie Chan did, because Jackie Chan learned to speak English just by reading scripts.
There's a strong possibility that that's how the man learned his English. What again? Conan, legendary movie, legendary actor.
Yeah.
It's sort of born to the genre that we it's the original fantasy genre.
Yeah.
And you know what I say about fantasy things with Conan, with others of the same era. I like that they didn't give a crap.
Yeah.
And what I mean is Conan was walking around wearing his underpants and carrying a giant sword.
Yeah.
No, there was no one going, well, that's not very realistic from an armor standpoint.
Yeah.
What's going to protect him from armor? Like, shut up. It is a series.
Yeah.
We don't need all of that. Same with at the time, Red Sonja, the same thing as they're going, oh, she's a woman wearing a bikini. They're going, yes. And to me, that was the perfect balance. It's going, oh, this one's, a woman wearing a bikini. It's like going, yes, you guys got shirtless Arnold Schwarzenegger, something for us as well now too. Although having said that, shirtless Arnold Schwarzenegger also was for us, but also, even more so now.
Yeah.
But now everyone is on the trip of modernism and realism, and Red Sonja just can't wear armored bikini around the battlefield.
Yet there's Drax the Destroyer in the MCU with no shirt.
Again, shirtless men, great physiques. That's fine. That's acceptable.
Hulk. The MCU is all about shirtless men with great physique.
I'm pretty sure that the MCU is purely based upon shirtless men's great physiques.
But that title wasn't as catchy as
the MCU.
As MCU.
No. But basically, when you join the MCU, the first thing you have to do is get ripped. You have to get you have to put on tons of the muscle.
Although I reckon that'd be a great name. Instead of the Infinity Saga, it's the shirtless men with great physique.
Shirtless men with great physique saga. Basically, the Thor films. Okay, great.
Yeah. It's like, hey, Chris Hemsworth put so much effort into bulking up and getting mammothly fit.
You might as well show it off.
Yeah, like you should show that you are in shape.
Fair enough. I fully understand that. Now, Jamie, what is your fondest memory of these great films about shirtless men with great physiques?
I don't know. I got to pick one.
Oh yeah, there's so many. So many that.
Look, I am a fan. I am a fan, and while they're wearing shirts in this scene, I'm a fan of the Predator handshake. You know the one I'm talking about. The warriors.
The implied shirtlessness with great physiques. Yes, absolutely.
But I don't know. There's a lot of skin showing in that hand arm shake or whatever you want to call it.
Yep. Bulging muscles, absolutely. Just like that kind of handshake. Jeez.
Yeah. No, look, I think honestly, Hercules stands out the most to me. But I know that again, I'm a fan of a shirtless Hugh Jackman. So in the second Wolverine solo movie, the Japan one.
But what's really funny about that Wolverine thing?
What?
Like you watch him in the original Wolverine movie.
Yeah.
So no, sorry, X-Men 1.
Yeah.
X-Men 2. X-Men 3. Wolverine Origins. Holy mother of God! What the fuck happened?
He's so bulked.
I know they're going. What the hell?
It's like, how did you?
All of a sudden, Hugh Jackman went. You know what? I'm gonna work out for this movie.
Yeah, exactly.
Because previously, he wasn't unfit, but
Yeah. Do you think that was like more of a director's choice though? I mean,
you can't get that without buy-in from the actor.
yeah,
And Hugh Jackman would have had to agree upon the training regiment required. I think maybe he read the script and saw there was lots of shirtless scenes and went,
no, well, more because with Bryan Singer, he probably didn't. It was Bryan Singer, wasn't it? Who did the X-Men movies?
Yes,
because he was like, don't read the comics, don't.
Oh yeah. The man who hated everything.
Yeah, so he probably didn't need Hugh Jackman to be ripped or anything, and I think that probably when James Mangold came along, they probably decided well in advance to after their wonderful filming that wonderful movie called Kate and Leopold. About a time traveling Hugh Jackman who falls in love with Meg Ryan.
Of course.
That maybe we should make one of the greatest X-Men movies of all time with Hugh Jackman and make him ripped.
In order to get that to that point, you're right. He had to have become in incredible shape.
Yeah. And then show off that incredible shape.
Speaking of growth, Jason Momoa has gone through an incredible transformation.
Oh yeah,
he was tough on Stargate Atlantis as Ronan. I thought he was a great character.
Yeah,
Ronan Dex was awesome. But then you look at him now; he was not the same sized man.
No, you swear he's grown upwards and outwards.
Because I remember him as Ronan. Then I remember he was on Game of Thrones, and I saw him was going, "That's not the same dude. That's a different dude."
No. Yeah. Yeah, he's got a heck of a physique. And they don't hide his height.
Well, unless he's not. See, that's the thing is they don't hide his height because he hasn't been on a Tom Cruise film yet.
Yeah, that's right.
But if he was starring in a Tom Cruise film, then yes, they'd have to hide his height.
No, but like even when he, in Aquaman, when he's fighting on the sub.
Yeah.
And like these guys, like tough guys, so tiny in comparison to him.
And that's the thing. He's such an imposing, such a very imposing figure. So it's an absolute great casting in terms of an Aquaman. And see, this is one of those things where that Aquaman makes sense.
Yeah. Should
Aquaman, King of the Seas, be a blonde-haired Californian-looking dude, or should he be a muscular Polynesian who sea people? I think it's a pretty. I mean, let's make.
I mean, it is the epitome of shirtless men with great physique.
100%. But that's just. If he steps away from Aquaman, obviously, I don't think I could. I'm done. Like I said, I don't think and I know that there's rumors that he's already in talks with James Gunn in terms of his continuance, to stay inside of the new whatever James Gunn's version is.
Yeah.
But I can't imagine anyone else's Aquaman.
No,
Jason Momoa.
Yeah. Perfect casting.
Perfect casting.
Just like Henry Cavill, bringing it round.
Bringing it back around.
Now we will be playing bingo cards on our next episode to see how many you get points for how many times we say Henry Cavill. So far we say Henry Cavill more than we say Cat Graham.
That's you know what the problem with that is? It's clearly you've seen more Henry Cavill things than you've seen Cat Graham things. I need you to go away and watch some more Cat Graham movies and films.
Okay.
And then really just indoctrinate yourself in her genre.
Was she in Vampire Diaries?
She was Bonnie.
Maybe I'll give that a go.
Honestly, it's actually a good show. No joke. Joking aside, it's one of the better vampire shows out there. And then even the spin-off series, the original, was also just as cool and just as good. So look, I think that is definitely well worth a watch. And then they've also done a spin-off show set in the future, and apparently that's also not shit. So I'm going, okay.
All right.
And and look, I will say the one thing: it's actually got cool action. It's got good violence. It's actually got a good storyline. But remember, This is still a CW TV series.
Oh, okay, so it's like
Impossibly attractive people. Like they're like again, like to the point where it's like going, "Welcome to Model Town." Like, it's like going, see that postman over there? Look at him, just with his biceps busting. Just going, "Oh, I love you, CW. I just love that." Like it's like you go to CW, go when you cast an unattractive person, they go, what's that? I don't understand. I don't understand this word. Unattractive. What kind of word is this?
Yeah.
Again, well worth. And then I think once you watch that, you will also then appreciate Kat Graham and her character, and then you'll be able to then join us in the mentionings of.
Because we're all about equality on this podcast.
All about equality.
We need to.
Although we can't, but we can't do shirtless things about her because again, she's a quality actress. Thank you very much. She doesn't stoop to that level.
No, I have lots of respect for actresses or actors, as whatever they want to be called, that keep their clothes on. Because in the Hollywood world, it's a lot harder to do that.
Indeed, it is. Now, before we get off the wondrous topic of shirtless men, great Phsiques, do you have any future projects that you would think about that you'd really like to see another? What do you think of a future project of a shirtless man with great physique? Now that Henry Cavill has hung up the Witcher blades, would you want to see Henry Cavill as Conan?
I don't know. I was pretty happy with Jason Momoa.
Actually, that was actually a very good Conan. I actually will admit that Conan did not get the credit that it deserved. Yeah. Here's another one. What about a reboot of Hercules: The Legendary Journeys, bringing Sam Raimi back with Henry Cavill? Would you get aboard that? I mean, obviously,
I would, but they would not land Henry Cavill.
So that show, I would want that show high budget TV series as it would have to be, obviously, but I'd still want them to keep some of the campion elements, like one of the greatest hilarious scenes in the universe where there was a female blacksmith wearing what would you arguably describe as not the best blacksmithing attire in the universe. Going, I'm going to forge this item in my armored bikini. That's the best idea I could think about.
But do you ever see her forging?
Well, that's the thing. I actually do wonder. Like, you actually do see her hammer things, and the thing looks real. I'm going, did they actually give that actress like a real hot iron thing to hammer? I was like, going, that's really dangerous.
Is it just? Do you just see her hands?
I think it's probably it has to be clever camera work, because there's no way you would go near because there's no way Sam Raimi got permission to get an actress near like a hot forge.
Because the same thing is with the original MacGyver. Whenever you see just MacGyver's hands, that's not Richard Dean Anderson. That's a hand double essentially.
That makes sense.
So they get someone to do some techie.
Yeah, because Richard Dean Anderson is not really. I mean, he's not really that kind of guy, is he?
No. Well, there was this meme that went around with Richard Dean Anderson broken down on the side of the road and staring at a car bonnet, and then the meme said the writing said, the sad realization when you realize MacGyver's old, fat, and can't fix his own car.
Oh.
Yeah. Well. So he wasn't really hands on.
That makes sense. Speaking of hands on, actually, I can't believe it. I was going to end with a very dirty segue about you and Henry Cavill, but again, I think we've touched on the topic long enough about the Cavill. Now, Jamie.
Yes.
I was really pick topics at random, based upon our whims and thoughts. If people have topics, questions, comments, things they wanted to share, where can they best reach us in those regards?
Well, there's two ways. One way, you can send us an email to thetrueandthefictional@gmail.com. Or you can send us a message on Instagram, stories__ podcasts. They're the two places we're most active. We would love to hear from you. Our downloads are increasing even more now. But like with many of our other podcasts, people listen, but they do not comment. They, we would love to hear your comments, even if they're negative, even if they're bad, even if you disagree with our shirtless men with great physiques.
And you know what? If we've missed a shirtless men with great physique movie that we should have spoken about, please, add, let us know if we've missed one. I'm sure there are tons we've missed, but again, this one's more shirtless men with great physique in some sort of fantasy setting. So
well, and let us know what your favorite shirtless man with great physique is. Do you like Chris Pratt and his method of getting into shape, which was basically get paid
to get paid into shape? Yep.
Yeah. We would love to hear from you.
And as always, if you do enjoy this podcast, please continue by also supporting the wonderful patron Rebecca Cassells in the Rising Dawn series, available on Amazon. We will have a very special episode coming up shortly where we get to see, one, are we insulting her every single time we mention the things? And two, we'll get to ask the real most important questions about her books, and also about potentially some fan fiction that we want written that we want then published. We have ideas.
Yep.
We have ideas. Now
it's gonna be a full episode of us just pitching ideas.
Again, if someone can bring my idea of Henry Cavill and Cat Graham playing chess with the scintillating erotica it needs, Rebecca Cassells is that woman.
Okay.
Tune in next time. As always, thank you for listening. Thank you for taking your time out of your day after. I know you're very busy with God of War. Just remember, whilst the blades are awesome, they're not as powerful this time around. If you want the real heavy hitting, make sure you do switch to the axe every now and then. As we say at the end of every single podcast, we bid you adieu.